Most people know what they don't want, but they don't know what they actually want. And that's why you keep manifesting more of what you don't want. We are consistently attracting things into our life, whether it's positive or negative. So if I keep focusing on, I don't want to attract a man who is mentally abusive or emotionally abusive. I don't want that. Nope, don't want that. The next guy that comes in, he's mentally abusive. Oops, as per law of attraction. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a Stronger You podcast. I'm your host, Jessica. And today we are diving into the law of attraction. If you are new here, we do all things mindset and manifestation. And in this season of a Stronger You podcast, we're diving deep into the laws of the universe. Now, I know I started off with the law of exposure. Silly me. I don't know why I didn't start off with the law of attraction. I feel like that logically that would have made more sense because I feel like most people know what the law of attraction is or they've heard of it. And so it just makes more sense for me to dive into that first. But oops, whatever, everything happens for a reason. Me living proof that I'm not, saying I did anything wrong. Everything we do is perfect the way it absolutely is. And so with that being said, we're going to talk about the law of attraction. Oh my gosh. So I want to start off by telling you how I discovered the law of attraction. And then we're going to talk about the science behind it. And I also want to invite you, if you know about the law of attraction, I want to invite you to stay tuned in and listen to the entirety of this episode because I might just say something that might just click at the right place at the right time. Speaking from experience, I've done so much research studying with spirituality and manifestation. And still to this day, I will hear something, let's say on a podcast that I know, but I just needed to hear it at that time. And it was like a freaking mindset shift. So let's dive in. So law of attraction, I discovered it like 8 years ago when I broke my foot. So I had a physical injury. I broke my foot. I was bedridden, couldn't walk, couldn't move. Well, I could move. I just couldn't walk. I was watching some girl's YouTube channel and she was talking about this movie called The Secret. And I was intrigued. That was my first introductory to the law of attraction, to manifestation, and all of that. So if you have not watched that movie and you are just as obsessed and interested in all of these laws like I am, and I was when I first started, I believe The Secret is on Amazon Prime. It's somewhere on the internet. 10 out of 10 recommend watching it. After you watch that on Netflix, there's a movie that's called The Secret Dare to Dream. It's a movie that's like a love story that's from The Secret. It's so fucking good. You guys need to watch that too. The law of attraction. So this law is so fucking simple. And just like all of these laws, they are so simple, but I am diving into them on a deeper level so that you can have a deeper understanding. Because when you have a deeper understanding, it just makes more sense to apply and learning how to apply them. So law of attraction, like attracts like, okay? You like him, he likes you, y'all are going to start dating, right? If it's only as simple as that. But it actually can be as simple as that. So this law states that you attract into your life whatever you focus on, whether it's positive or negative. Now I want to dive into that right there, whether positive or negative. That's super important to understand because if you saw my most recent post that went viral on Instagram that said most people know what they don't want, but they don't know what they actually want. And that's why you keep manifesting more of what you don't want. It's because we are consistently attracting things into our life, whether it's positive or negative. So if I keep focusing on, I don't want to attract a man who is mentally abusive or emotionally abusive. I don't want that. Nope, don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. The next guy that comes in, he's mentally abusive. Oops, as per law of attraction, you get what you focus on constantly. Okay. All of these laws, if there's like a one-off, like, oh, I thought negative one time or even 2 times, it's okay. Okay. It's okay. It's consistency and consistently. So it's, the law of attraction, it's based on the idea that our thoughts, our emotions, and our beliefs emit energy frequencies. And the universe will respond to these frequencies by bringing in experiences, people, situations to match them. What does that mean? The things we think, the emotions we feel, and our belief system, all three of those things, those equal frequencies. Frequencies meaning there's actually a diagram that I've posted before on TikTok, and I need to post it on Instagram. I have to write that down, making a mental note of that now. I need to do a reel on that. So there's this diagram of frequencies. The highest frequency, the highest frequency in the world is love. The lowest frequency in the world is things like hate, doubt, guilt, shame, fear. Well, fear is really the most lowest frequency. So it's a scale, right? I like to categorize it into two scales, good and bad. Okay. Good meaning love, joy, happiness, excitement. Bad meaning fear, doubt, shame, hurt, guilt, all of those low resonating frequencies. So, if you are thinking positive thoughts, your life is going to become more positive. If you're feeling more positive, more joy, more love for life, and all of the things, you are going to receive that. It's literally by law. And if your belief systems are, ooh, I believe that there's good men out there. I believe that I can start and launch a successful podcast or a business, you are going to attract that. So I want to give you guys a example that literally has been happening to me so much recently. And it's kind of a silly example, but fuck it. So I've been wanting new gym shoes and I've been debating on the shoes. They're called On Clouds. I just see everyone wearing them and they look super cute. And so I've been manifesting myself getting a pair of these On Cloud shoes. And when I say that, it's not like, oh, I'm manifesting it because I can't afford it. It's just like I am calling that into my life, like, period. Like, yes, I might buy it myself. Yes, I might get a gift in myself, but I'm just calling it in. And so, guess what? Everywhere I fucking go, everyone is wearing these On Cloud shoes, specifically the ones that I want. I went into the sauna today at the gym. I come out, the shoes are literally right there. They're the white ones with the black top. And I'm like, okay, law of attraction, you keep bringing them closer and closer to me. Another example that happens to me every fucking day is G-Wagons. So G-Wagon is the next car that I want to buy. And guess what? I see them fucking everywhere. So there's also this thing in your brain, There's a specific part of your brain that's called the reticulating activating system. And basically that is huge in manifestation because the RAS, also known as the RAS, I might say RAS, the RAS, basically the function of the RAS is once you know what you want or even what you don't want, and your subconscious like sees a symbolic picture of it. So for me, it's a G-Wagon. The RAS is now activated and is consistently going to start to become more aware of G-Wagons that are in the environment. It's super cool. And it's also in relation to the law of attraction. AKA, this shit is science, okay? And one thing that I want to say with the law of attraction is it typically happens when you're not so emotionally invested. When you trust and you believe that the things are going to come to you, because the moment we start forcing, we are out of tune. We're not in harmony with the things that we want. All right. So all of these laws that you are learning, if you notice, there's going to be a pattern. All of them are very flowy, very in harmony. It's like two puzzle pieces that fit together. You look at nature, nature is not forced to grow. Things just grow. So next thing I want to talk about are basically some key components, if you will, when it comes to law of attraction. So the first one being the science, right? If you're anything like me and you want to know what the science is, so that it just makes more sense to our logical mind, let's dive in. So not only just science, but a part of science, quantum physics states that we are all energy. Okay. So it states that we're all energy and we all vibrate at a certain frequency. Everything in the universe, including our thoughts and our emotions, are made up of energy that vibrate at different frequencies. And so the law of attraction says that you attract experiences that match your frequency. Have you ever heard the quote, your vibe attracts your tribe? Yeah, baby. It wasn't just a catchy quote. It was motherfucking science. Okay. So high vibrations like love, joy, abundance, attract more positive experiences, while low vibrations, fear, anger, lack, those attract negative ones. So damn simple, right? Next concept I want to talk about are thoughts become things. Have you ever thought about something so fucking hard and it just comes into your environment? Like if you have, let's say, a crush, a gym crush, or a crush in school. I don't know, where a crush at the grocery store that you see every fucking Sunday. And you keep running into him because our thoughts become things. It's so interesting because before I actually learned about this, I thought I was psychic. Like when I was younger, I used to tell my friends and my family, like, I'm psychic. I feel like I could always predict the future. I feel like I could always predict the next thing that's going to happen. Why? Because thoughts become motherfucking things. So what you think about consistently will manifest into your reality. Positive thoughts, thoughts of gratitude, even clear intentions, they all attract positive outcomes, while negative thinking attracts unwanted situations. So, in the movie The Secret, one of my most favorite examples that they give is if you're in traffic, right? Or no, let's rewind. Let's say you wake up at 6 a.m. and you got to leave the house by 6:30. Okay, you give yourself 30 minutes when you damn well know you need more than 30 minutes because you have your morning routine. You have to put your contacts in, you got to make your coffee or your matcha, you got to get dressed, you got to put perfume on, you got to slick back those baby hairs, you got to put the earrings on, you got to put the lotion on, those crusty elbows. Talking to myself. And it takes damn well more than 30 minutes. But you start to rush. So you're rushing out of the house. And then guess what? You get in the car, you forget your phone in the house. Oh, gotta go back in the house, gotta get my phone. Okay, gets my phone, goes back into the car, puts it into the GPS. Normally it takes me 30 minutes to get there. But guess what? That day it wants to take 60 minutes because there's traffic. So I woke up. This is just an example. It's definitely happened to me before. But I woke up and I was feeling rushed. And then I started to think of negative thoughts. And then I'm in this rushing feeling. And then I go out to my car. Then I forget my phone in the house. Then I'm in traffic. And then the traffic is so damn heavy. All I'm thinking about is this traffic. And I try to get around the traffic, but every time I try to move in between the cars, I end up getting in the slow fucking lane when a second before that, it was going fast. That is a beautiful example of the law of attraction. So I was focusing in that example, I was focusing on negative things, and what was happening? More negative things. There's also a book that's called The Law of Attraction that is written by, who's it written by? It's written by Abraham Hicks. I will say if you're like new on your journey, she might use terminology that doesn't make total sense, but I want to invite you to also try that book out. Next thing I want to talk about is focus and intention. So, have you ever heard of the quote, energy goes where energy flows? What you give your attention to will grow. Okay. If you start a business, let's say you start a podcast and you put all your energy into this podcast, it's gonna fucking grow by law. It's going to fucking grow. Okay. You are tending to that garden. You're nurturing that garden. Let's look, metaphorically speaking, a physical garden. If you keep watering it and nurturing it, giving it sunlight, what the fuck is going to happen? It's going to grow. So when you set clear intentions and focus on what you want, you're going to align your energy with those desired outcomes, which is going to increase the chances of your manifestations come true a lot faster. Next, let's dive into visualization and affirmations. I love visualization, obviously, but visualization and affirmations are basically a really great way to shift your mindset and your energy toward attracting what you desire. If you want to move into a new house and you start to visualize it, what is it going to feel like? What does it look like? What is it painted, right? Where is this apartment? Where is it located? And really tapping into your visualization skills and affirming it daily. I love my apartment. I love my home. It's so cozy. I love my floor to ceiling windows. I love being able to look outside. That's going to speed up your manifestations. Another thing that's going to speed up these manifestations and support you in using the law of attraction is showing gratitude. So if you guys know Rhonda Barnes, she says this quote that gratitude is the glue that holds life together. And I agree with that. And I love that quote so much because gratitude amplifies positive energy and it's going to help you shift focus away from lack. So, a lot of society has ingrained in us to live in fear and lack. Okay. Fear and lack, fear and lack. Even like before we were born, when we were like cavemen's, we were living in fear and lack because we didn't have the things, right? A way to get out of that, which definitely takes consistency. Like I still show gratitude every damn day. Number one, I'm just genuinely grateful. And number two, the moment I stop showing intentional gratitude, I start living more in lack. Show more gratitude because that's going to help you stay out of the focus of lack. So, what does that mean? Let me give you an example. Do you ever go about your day and let's say a friend texts you. Okay, I'm going to give you a personal example. Let's say a friend texts you and says, "Hey, want to plan a vacation?" And the first thing that comes through your thoughts, because thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are key here to not just what you speak, right? Yes, speaking into existence, but where are your thoughts at? If your thought right away is, "Oh, I'm broke. I'm a broke college graduate," or "Oh, I just had to pay rent. Like I can't afford it." Stop living in lack, okay? But like, okay, if that's your reality, number one, I understand why you're thinking that. But number two, you can fucking reject that reality because the moment you start to reject the things in your reality that aren't supporting your manifestations, you start focusing and retraining your subconscious mind on the things that are supporting your manifestations. So, okay, how do we do that when we don't physically see the money? Did you get a return credited back to your account? Did you find a penny on the floor? Did you win $5 on a scratch off? Were you gifted a coffee that morning? Did someone at Starbucks on the line pay ahead of you? That's abundance. Show gratitude for that. When that happens, thank you, universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because the more gratitude you show, the more you're going to receive as per law of attraction. So if you are living in lack, specifically toward money and abundance, like if you are, stuck in a financial rut and you just want to manifest financial freedom, where are your thoughts when you're receiving and giving money? Oh, I can't wait to make an episode specifically just on money mindset. I don't think I've done that yet, but I could go off for an hour. Last thing that I want to talk about when it comes to the law of attraction, before I give you more like tangible examples of how you can understand this and apply it better, is something that a lot of manifestation gurus leave out, and that is inspired and aligned action. So, taking aligned action means taking action that's in harmony with your goals and your desires. So, if you want to manifest a G Wagon, okay, let's give you a different example because I already used that example. Let's say you want to manifest starting your own podcast, okay? Sitting in your bed, visualizing it, and saying all the affirmations. Is it going to work? It can, but you know what's going to speed up your manifestations? Taking aligned action. So, how do you take aligned action? What action? I'm going to ask you, what actions can you take right now that's aligned with your goals? Now I'm going to answer. If it's starting a podcast, maybe it's signing up for the Podcasting Academy to get the podcasting course that's going to teach you how to launch and start your successful podcast. Maybe it's buying a microphone. Maybe it's doing some research on your own. Maybe it's connecting with your friend who has her own podcast and just talking about it. That's all inspired and aligned action. So, yes, the law of attraction really has a huge emphasis on your mindset and your energy because that's a huge part of it. But the law of attraction also encourages us to take inspired action. So, action that feels aligned with all of your goals. And basically, this step is going to bridge the gap between intention and manifestation because you could have intentions to start something, but you can also want to manifest something. And how do you bridge the gap between it? Taking action. Are you ready for this fun example / metaphor for all my Disney fans? This is for you. So the law of attraction, it's even featured in a Disney movie, Aladdin. So in Aladdin, the genie grants Aladdin 3 wishes, but much of the movie focuses on the power of Aladdin's belief in himself and how his desires and actions actually shape his reality. Aladdin dreams basically of living a better life, a bigger life, a grander life, imagining himself as more of a bougie street rat, right? And not just a street rat. And his desire to become something greater basically sets the stage for everything that follows. And this mirrors a law of attraction principle because what you focus on comes into your reality. I freaking love that movie. I don't know if like it was created based off of the law of attraction, but it sure does represent it. And I fucking love that it does that. So let's move into a more aligned example, if you will. I know a lot of you guys have been coming to me about manifesting more wealth, manifesting financial freedom, and manifesting more money. So, how do we use the law of attraction to manifest more money? Simple, simple, guys. It's my answers are simple. Focus on abundance rather than lack. If you ever hear me say the word scarcity, that's the opposite of being fulfilled and being abundant and being full. Living in a scarcity mindset means scared, scared. I'm scared. I'm living in lack. Oh my gosh, I don't have money. Oh my gosh, I just got my car payment taken out. How am I going to be able to pay for rent? I get it. And I understand why you think that way. I was literally born into that mindset and I've gotten out of it by focusing on what I do have versus what I don't have. Do you have a roof over your head? There's people out there that don't even have that. So start showing gratitude to the things that you have because that's going to attract financial success. Manifesting love or your SP, specific person. How do we use the law of attraction to manifest love? Simple. Visualize and feel the emotions of being in a fulfilling relationship to attract your person. So lay down on your bed, put on some lo-fi, or I personally like to put on high frequency music through abundance. So I search abundance frequency on YouTube. I put it on, I close my eyes, and I start to visualize. It's interesting, as much of a visual person I am, sometimes I have a little challenge visualizing. And so when I have a hard time visualizing, I tap into the feeling. I don't ever want to see something and be attached to the fact that it has to be that, because that's when we get attached, and we want to also master the law of detachment with the law of attraction. And so I love to really focus on the feeling. Like, how do I feel in this relationship? Ooh, like I'm visualizing and imagining and feeling all the sensation and all the feels of me being in a relationship filled with love, filled with nurture, filled with fun, filled with joy, filled with just so much love, like so much love. And that's when I start to get the feelings that come through. Want to invite you to do that if you are manifesting love, a specific person back into your life. Now, turning the tables again, how do we use law of attraction with health? And manifesting your dream body or manifesting a cure to a sickness that you have. Because I've seen people manifest their way out of cancer. I don't know if you know Joe Dispenza, but he's literally manifested his way out of a really huge illness. I don't remember what illness he had, but he manifested his way out of it. So how do we do it? Using positive affirmations. And not only just saying them, you got to believe them. Like I said earlier, your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs. So using positive affirmations and retraining your belief system through identity work, which is what I teach about wellness, is going to promote healthy healing and a beautiful life. So saying things like every cell in my body is filled with beautiful health, vibrant health, and energy. I nourish my mind, my body, my soul every day with love and positivity. My body is strong. My body is resilient. My body heals naturally. I'm in a perfect, harmonious relationship with my body's natural healing process. I choose habits to support my health, my wellness, and my longevity. Speaking that into existence, as well as believing it and thinking it, is how we use the law of attraction to manifest our way out of illnesses or manifest our dream body, etc. All right, guys, that brings this episode to an end. I hope you're enjoying this series and this new season of all the laws of the universe and the laws of success so that you guys can really master your mindset and manifestation. If you are not already following me on Instagram at jessica.tellian or the podcast at A Stronger You Podcast. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next week on the next episode. Bye.